Hi, my name is Pastor Hal York, and welcome to Truth in the Trenches. Today we're going to be in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 5. To show partiality to the wicked is not good, nor to thrust aside the righteous in judgment. The word partiality means to show favoritism or to show preference. The scene the writer is painting here could be in a courtroom or could be in legislature or parliament where the realm of laws regarding social issues and decisions are being made. And in doing so, the admonition is not to show partiality to the wicked. Well, why would the writer have to make such a statement? Would it not be normal and natural to favor the righteous person over the wicked person? Well, the answer is yes in a perfect world, but we live in a fallen world. And as the saying goes, birds of a feather flock together or stick together. Partiality can be shown for many different reasons. We just looked at one. But another one is this. It goes against our sinful nature to call other people's actions sinful or wicked because sinful people in their hearts think just like them. And to call what they do wicked is to acknowledge the wickedness in our own hearts. But there are other reasons people show partiality to the wicked. If you rule against the wicked and pass laws, for example, regarding a law on abortion or sexual ethics or morality or marriage, wicked people respond wickedly when they don't get their way, with violence and looting. We've all seen this. And knowing that this is a possible outcome, the judge and the jury or the legislators may, out of fear, pass down a verdict that is driven not by evidence, but by the fear of what the wicked will do if things don't go their way. Public opinion is seldom on the side of the righteous, of biblical morality, or the sanctity of life. Righteous people will not bomb, loot, seek vengeance, or riot when things don't go their way. And those who pass down such verdicts know this. That's why partiality is often, but not always, but often shown to the wicked. This is not a new problem. It goes all the way back to Exodus, where God wrote into the statutes regarding justice and civil disputes. In Exodus 23:2, it says, "You shall not follow the masses in doing evil, or shall you testify in a dispute so as to turn aside after a multitude in order to pervert justice." Majority rule is tantamount to mob rule. Very seldom in the Bible do we see a majority decision being the correct decision. Majority decisions are seldom in favor of the righteous. Because we live in a world dominated by unrighteousness, the ungodly, governed by the prince of the power of the air, governed by lies that pervert justice, promote ungodliness, and thrust aside the righteous, are what dominate in our parliaments, in our legislatures, and in our courtrooms. Consequently, the righteous in such a society are not only thrust aside, they are eventually treated as the enemy. They are seen as a threat to wicked people and the wicked lifestyles they promote. If you want a classic example of this to show the depth it can sink to, read the Gospels and the trial of Jesus Christ. You see how people treated the sinless, perfect, spotless, righteous Son of God. Let me read a few verses from Luke chapter 23 that illustrate this. 23:15 to 25. This is Pilate talking about Herod and his decisions regarding Christ. "No, nor has Herod, for he sent him back to us, and behold, nothing deserving death has been done by him. Therefore I will punish him and release him." Now he was obligated to release to them at the feast one prisoner, but they cried out all together, saying, "Away with this man, and release for us Barabbas." He was one who had been thrown into prison for an insurrection made in the city and for murder. Pilate, wanting to release Jesus, addressed them again, but they kept on calling out, saying, "Crucify, crucify him." And he said to them a third time, What evil has this man done? I have found in him no guilt demanding death. Therefore I will punish him and release him." But now listen to these words. "But they were insistent, with loud voices asking that he be crucified. And their voices began to prevail. And Pilate pronounced sentence that their demand be granted. And he released the man that they were asking for, who had been thrown into prison for insurrection and murder. But he delivered Jesus to their will." Those are very chilling words. But that's what a mob mentality looks like. The majority, the mob, is seldom on the side, if ever on the side, of biblical righteousness, biblical truth. because this world is ruled and dominated by Satan, the father of lies, and what he promotes in this world is wickedness and unrighteousness. And he's anti-God, anti-Christ, anti-everything that has to do with knowing God and following him. So to show partiality to the wicked is not good, nor to thrust aside the righteous in judgment. We see this all the time, and I think the more you look for it, the more you will see that this principle is not heeded to in our culture, but just the opposite. We do cater to the wicked because we know how the wicked will react if things don't go their way. But we also know the righteous will behave Christ-like. But we also know that the righteous ultimately will prevail because Christ is going to prevail, and truth will one day rule and reign in this world. And we're excited about that. We're joyful about that. But we need to be realistic and face the real world that we're living in. So to show partiality to the wicked is not good, nor to thrust aside the righteous in judgment. But that's going to happen. We need to be ready for it and trust the Lord to watch over us and deliver us his way and his time for his glory and the good of others. May God bless.